has been a familiar scene in our society today. Nelson Mandela, the former South African president, said, "Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world." But in the recent days, the sector in the country has been too stuffed with a lot of negative energy. From the numerous strikes to students killing each other, tainting the image of the tertiary institutions in the country.
So what we want, the national government, the head of education, Minister of Education, Mr. Magoha, to come out clear and tell us.
Not so long ago, the students from University of Nairobi went home after they were ordered out of school. A majority of them having an additional year in the university to complete their studies. Not a different scenario from their colleagues in Moi University School of Medicine. The students who were forced out of the institution following their dawn strike and paid clinical allowances as agreed upon on the CBA signed agreement 2 years ago.
In the issue that has caused the lecturers' strike is the unpaid enhanced medical allowance that the university has failed to pay them over 2 years. That is since January 2017 to date, that's 2019, that's over 2 years. And this follows the signing of the CBA for doctors that was done then. So other places like Kenyatta National Hospital, MTRH, and county governments have already budgeted and paid doctors this particular due, but it has been unfair on the side of the lecturers that have not been paid these particular allowances as enhanced allowances, which is barely about 200 million for the university. But on the other side, I've seen the university just responding by closing down the studies, and which this particular action that they've been taking of closing the university and the likes has resulted into overstay of students in the university for up to 8 years, 10 years, and postgraduates up to 9 to 10 years.
The move, which forced students to join the strike 2 days later. Just a few days ago, there's been a rumor to a looming lecturer strike over the implementations ordered by the Cabinet Secretary on the merging of universities in the country. This has since paralyzed learning activities in the institutions and also services offered in the Moi Teaching and Referral Hospital by students and the postgraduate doctors. The higher education sector in tertiary institutions have been negatively addressed in the media this year, not from the inhuman acts to violent right demand strategies. Talk of the murder of Ivy Wangeshi, a 6th-year medical student at Moi University in April this year, one of the most inhuman acts that almost tarnished the name of Moi University. With the good efforts shown by the Cabinet Secretary of Education, Professor George Magoha, tirelessly working to restore the former glory in the education system, more so in the tertiary institutions. It is the hope of every parent and student awaiting to join higher learning institutions that the Cabinet Secretary will clean up the institution from fake degrees, unregistered courses, the frequent industrial strikes, and making sure that the Department of Guiding and Counseling in universities is not just found for recognition, but effects the responsibility it is stipulated for. Sefu Sabila reporting.